guys are the cream of the crop here, the next leaders in our Mary Kay company. So I'm thrilled, and it's an honor and a privilege to be here. I see lots of new faces. I'm going to share with you a little bit about myself. My topic today is about connecting, how to make connections for life. How many of you guys would love to just be automatic star consultants? I mean, within the first month, it's done, okay? And you don't have to think about that because that comes automatically through your customer base. That comes on, I mean, I can do Pearl without a whole lot of effort because I have this awesome customer base. And I have to tell you that I don't call my customers for reorders or follow up on PCP now, but I did when I was where you guys are at. So I'm going to talk about building those loving and connecting relationships with your customers and with your team members so that they're with you for life, okay? Because that's what we want, right? We want them with us for life, okay? So a little bit about me. I started 29 years ago. I was working full-time as a dental assistant, and I loved my job, but I loved my family even more. And I felt like I was giving my best energy to the people at the dental office that I really didn't love. But I was giving my best at my job. How many of you guys feel like you give your best at your job, and then you come home and then you've got little ones that want to play and they need fed and they need baths and homework and all that, and you don't have the energy for that. So something had to switch, and I was praying for an opportunity to have more time with my family and make more money, right? That would be like the dream job. Have less time away from home, but actually make more money. And so when Mary Kay came into my life, I thought, this is it. This could be it. And so I did both my full-time job and Mary Kay for 6 months. And in that 6 months, I built 100 awesome customers. And so my first star came from my initial inventory. My second star, I had to really work at it. And the third star, I had to really work on it because you've gone out of your initial contacts. Now you're really meeting with the new. And so the little things that I did from the very beginning, I'm going to share with you so that you build that base, and then stars just automatic and your focus is on building leaders, okay? Because I know if you're in your red jacket, that's what you want, right? So after I had a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old at the time, and I held classes, and I found that I was actually more confident in a group situation than I was one-on-one. I was really nervous with people one-on-one, but when I could be in front of a group, one of the things that I had to learn from the very beginning is how to connect with people, because I had one friend before I joined Mary Kay. Her name was Julie, and we worked together at the dental office, and the only reason that we were friends is because we liked each other and we worked together. But I didn't do things outside of work. I wasn't in a Bible study. I didn't do bunco, bowling. I don't like shopping, so I didn't go shopping with friends or to the movies. And so when I got into Mary Kay, my one friend, Julie, came to my first success meeting with me, and she decided to join my team. And on the way home from the meeting, she said, well, are you going to ask me? And I said, I'm driving. I'm like, ask you what? She said, to join your team. I'm like, you want to join my team? And she's like, yes. So she became my first recruit, and I thought I would meet all of her friends. And I thought, great, now what? I don't know anybody. So my sister held a party, but what I learned from the beginning is that I had to connect with each person or I was out of business. So it was something that was out of my comfort zone. By nature, I am a shy person, but I realized, and I learned this through training, and a lot of things that I'm going to share with you, I learned in Mary Kay, that shy people, that does not serve you well. Because if you are shy, would you not agree that you are thinking about yourself? You can't think about others when you're shy because you're thinking about what are they thinking of me. So when I realized that I had to stop thinking about myself and focus on other people, then at the skincare classes, I mastered how to connect with each person and how to listen and how to take that negative person that shows up and how to win her over, how to kill them with kindness, and connect with them. Because that's your number one job. If you're not booking classes from classes, you're not connecting with those people. You might have your agenda and your checklist and things that you want to accomplish, but the most important thing that you're going to accomplish is that they want to see you a second time. Okay? So follow-up appointments are crucial. That you do that individual consultation and you meet with those people a second time. Now I know that if they buy the skincare and color and you're thinking they're not going to buy anything the next time, I know sometimes that second appointment, there's not going to be a lot of sales. However, that's a lifetime connection because you get to go into their home and you meet their family and you find about what's going on in their life and you find a way that Mary Kay could be a blessing to them. Or you set that second appointment because at the beginning of the class, you say that you're going to fall in one of three categories. One, you're going to become a happy customer. Today, you're going to fall in love with product, and I have product on hand. You can take it home with you today. Secondly, you're going to fall in love with the product. You're going to take some home, and you're going to think of some people that you'd like to share this with, and you're going to be one of my next hostesses, so you can get free product. Or third, you're going to have so much fun today. You're going to decide that this might be something you'd like to learn more about or you'd like to become a consultant on my team. So you're going to be one in those three categories. So at the end of when you're doing individual consultations, you're going to find out in which category they're going to be in. They're going to be one of those three. So anyway, I built my business alongside a full-time job and quit after 6 months. And I did some things that really caused me to step out of my comfort zone to meet new people, so I'm going to share those things with you today too. But some of my notes here that I would like to talk to you guys a little bit about is building relationships for a lifetime. I learned this from my National Sales Director, now Emeritus, Marla Skillings, and she always taught us to love the one that you're with. And this right here can be a big distraction from loving the people that you are with. Being on your phones when you're with somebody else, checking messages when you're with somebody else. So I want to talk to you about some of those things too with technology and social media, how to connect with people with your words and your eye contact and your touch. How many of you guys are familiar with the 5 basic needs and what your basic need is? Raise your hands high if you know for sure what. Okay.
You mean like love languages?
Not love language, but are you a power and achievement, a love and connecting, a freedom and choice? Okay. So hopefully we'll have some time and I can share with you, because that's really important. Chances are your director knows or has access to, or I could send him the notes about it. But if we have time, we'll go through that. But knowing what you are, so I am a love and connecting person, so I'm training you on love and connecting. It makes me happy to teach people about love and connecting because that's important to me. But loving the one you're with is a really, really important thing. In order for me to love others and make them feel a part of something bigger than themselves, I need to be with people. So if your need is love and connecting, in order for me to get my needs met, I need to be with people and not just booking through text. When I book, I voice to voice first, and then I will do the text secondly as a follow-up. But I don't care if I leave messages all day long, and I hope that they listen to my message in my text. I'll say, hey, just left you a voicemail. Listen to it and call me back, okay? Or send me a text back that you got it. Okay, When I am out and about, I don't specifically go out to warm chatter, but I do make it a point to look for the good in others and give sincere compliments. So we're going to do some little interaction and some practice with complimenting people, because how many of you guys saw that post? I posted on Stacey James posted about women giving compliments and receiving compliments and how they see themselves. It's a powerful video that Stacey James did. So what I want you guys to do is just partner up with somebody, okay? And you're going to give them a sincere compliment. You might not know them at all, but just at first glance, like what do you see about them that you can compliment them about? Because this is an art that you can do when you're out and about everywhere, and then the conversation starts, and then you've got that connection and a trust, and then the booking comes naturally. So everybody partner up, and don't go with the feeling like this better be good, because I've got 2 hours and she better have something prepared. So, but you go to serve, you go to look for the good in others, and you can elevate the room with complete strangers. Go up to them and give them a sincere compliment. And it was so fun to just see the smiles on your faces, and it can just totally change, make a different direction for the unit success event. It's how people feel. That's why women join Mary Kay. It's that feeling, that love and connection, and that belonging. More than anything in this world today, people want to feel a part of something bigger than themselves. They want to do something with their gifts and talents. One of the things I'm so proud of our unit is the things that we've been able to do to give back, and it brings us great joy to do that. Kim Halley, stand up. She was responsible and a catalyst for getting a $20,000 grant from the Mary Kay Foundation to her city in Wayne, Nebraska, to one of their shelters. So give her I'm so proud, and that's just one of the little things that she does in her community. But Taylor Kuiper, stand up. She went to the city mission with us just a couple weeks ago. Was that not a paycheck of the heart to be able to facial the women there? And because of our consultant's generosity, we were able to gift probably 25 women with skincare sets there. Yeah, it was just paychecks of the heart. And then they always donate to the Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation. We were also, my 2 precious grandkids, we handed out water at a 5K that our church did to raise money for a special needs family, 2 special needs families in our churches. We did a 5K run, and so my grandkids know and they've gone to the city mission with us as well. So give back. I don't know if was anybody here a part of the first, no, it was called Your Night to Shine. It's Tim Tebow's foundation. Oh my gosh, we got to do that last February. It's coming up again, where we did makeovers for the special needs people that have never gone to prom. It was prom night for them. Oh my gosh, paychecks of the heart. So being able to connect in your community and give back is such a beautiful thing. So my unit's just the best at that. Oh, we also collect. How many of you guys collect the caps and cases? Yes. So we have we have this pickle jar at our meeting, but now we just we collect them in this big bag because we get hundreds of them. And Taylor Kuiper, she always takes this big Santa Claus bag of caps and cases at seminar, and Kim always, she's smart, she donates at career conference. And we donated almost 500 last year, so with all the Chroma Fusion changes, everybody should be able to get 1,000. But tell that to your customers. They love that and being a part of giving back in this world. So that's being a part of something bigger than themselves. So share those things that you're doing and ask your customers to come alongside with you. Let them come to the city mission with you. Let them, go to a nursing home. That's something that we haven't done. How many of you guys have done that? Gone into a nursing home and given back to the women there? That, I mean, it's just so awesome to be able to do that. Okay, the other thing that I learned to do is to pick up my head and smile and look for people. Sometimes we are just so in a hurry, you know, getting to this thing and then the next thing and running around, that we forget to just slow down, pick up your head, and connect with people. You heard that I recently got remarried, but there was 9 years that I was single, divorced. I was not what I wanted in my life. It was the last thing I wanted in my life. But I had to walk through that time, and I did not want to pick up my head and be a blessing to other people. But one day I was out on a walk, and a kid rode by me with a red cross on the back of his shirt, and I thought, I could do that. It said donate or give blood or something. I'm like, I could do that. I could do that. So that was my way of giving back, was just donating blood at that time. But all the people that God puts in our paths to just smile, acknowledge, that little quick compliment that you guys gave to each other, it can make somebody's day. I mean, one time when I was feeling like really good and just out and about walking, somebody goes, "Oh, I like the whole outfit," she said. And that made me feel so good. I mean, that was years ago, but I can still draw on that memory on how you guys can go about and be a blessing to other people. The other thing that I had to learn how to do in marriage, well, I don't know if I had to learn, because my family, we grew up hugging. How many of you guys are huggers? Okay. How many of you guys are not?
I wasn't.
Okay. We're going to do a little hugging lesson, okay? So I'm going to have Kim, Hallie, and Marcia Metzger come on up here. Okay, so just hang on. They're going to represent our huggers. Okay, don't do it yet. Okay, I need someone that doesn't really like to hug. Right here. All right, come on down. And then somebody that does. Oh, you don't like to hug either?
I love to hug.
Okay, come on out. Okay. So we're going to call her a blocker. So we have blockers, we have huggers, we have two huggers. Okay, and then I need two blockers. Two blockers, two people that don't like to hug.
It's not like every day.
Do we have anybody else that's not like, okay, I'll be with you. Okay. All right, so show us, Kim and Marcia, how huggers hug each other. Okay, bring it in. Oh! See how they're just like,
know each other.
boobs to boobs.
That's right.
He's bringing it in. That's right. Okay, so if you,
like my personal space.
yes.
I mean, I'll still hug, but
No, you don't.
So this world, with all of our connections through social media, and we're not as with each other, you have to, like, if you hug somebody, your customers, that's really special to them. And it fills a void that I really feel like we need in this world, is that physical touch. So you may not have to bring them in and this, but just maybe give them a quick hug and you'll sense, how long to hug. Because blockers, okay, hugger, hug a blocker. Yay! You can feel them, or they might pat you on the back, like I'm done. So you might have, or they might turn like this to be like side. Okay, so okay, you two are blockers together. So if you were to congratulate somebody, how would you congratulate them if you weren't going to hug them? Yeah.
I would do hug.
Okay, so
I'm first.
okay, handshakes are good too, but learn to embrace them. But if you guys are here, I'm assuming that you all want to be sales directors.
Yes.
Okay? So they walk into the door and make them feel wanted and that they belong is something that you'll learn to do. Okay, so let's see you guys just give each other a hug.
Okay.
Blockers might high five a lot with this cup too, but just acknowledging them and good job, you guys. So I do hug at a senior class when people are leaving. I give them a quick hug, all of them. I mean, it doesn't matter who they are because I feel like they need that. It might be their only hug that they get all week, all month, in the day. So just love on them and make them feel special and important. Okay, good job, you guys. My customers I can tell when they're waiting for their hug. Have you noticed that? They're waiting.
Everybody a hug, everybody.
Okay.
All about hugging.
In Mary Kay, one of the cool things that we do is get to show value for people and look for the good in them. And your words change in Mary Kay, don't they? Your language changes. And so at the directors meetings, that is something that I've learned is to pick up on words, to edify people, to show value, and I use that in writing. So I'll write the words out, circle them, highlight them, and then apply them by writing notes to my team members or in conversation or in text. You know, look for the good in people and elevate them with not just you're so cute or what's one that I recently heard that is not good to say that to people. Bless your heart. That's one. That happened to me recently. There was a gal that I just would wanted to have on my team for a long time. But she stayed at a corporate job and ran into her at a gymnastics meet because my husband is a gymnastics coach. And she said, "You still doing that Mary Kay thing?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." She goes, "Oh, bless your Okay. Okay, eye contact is also something that's really good, is to be able to give eye contact with people and stay connected with them and really listen. And then one of the things that I had to learn to do is to linger longer and to not always be rushing off to the next thing. So staying after and being able to listen to those people and what's really important to them in their lives. And the other thing that I've also learned through coach school is how to follow the word trail when they're talking to me. So if I say, "How are you doing?" She goes, "Oh, I had an awesome day." I'll say, "Well, what made it awesome today?" "Well, you know, something happened," and then say, "So how did that make you feel?" Or, you know, just to follow that trail of what they're saying. And then if you're a shy person, that helps you with conversation with people. And you leave there, they feel more valued, and you talk less, they talk more. Okay. Some other fun things that I've learned to do is if I see a sign or a picture, something that reminds me of someone, I take a picture of it and I send it to them. "Hey, I'm in San Antonio today and I saw this billboard, it made me think of you," and send that picture to them. Or if I hear a song that I think, oh, you know, somebody's maybe going through a hard time, I find the YouTube video of it and I send it to them. "Hey, I heard this song on the radio today and it made me think of you." And that just makes people feel like, "Oh gosh, she thought of me today." Okay? Okay, well, I hope that helped with building connections with people. Some fun little things that you can do, you can change up. And we don't have time for the 5 basic needs because I think my time is up. Is that right?
You got a couple minutes, 2 minutes.
I do? Okay, do you guys want me to cover this?
Yeah.
That's really good.
The more that
Yes,
you guys
you do.
understand your basic need, if you're not getting it met in Mary Kay, what happens? You distract yourself and you get it met somewhere else. But Mary Kay designed this company that every single need that you might have, and we're all different, can be met in Mary Kay. She thought of everything. Okay, so this is something that Sean Key has gone around training the sales force with, is knowing your basic need. It's God-given. It's threaded in your DNA, and when your need is being met, it frees you up to pursue your greatest level of success. When your need is not being met, it causes you to feel as if you're working against a resistance, swimming against a tide. Ultimately, you'll know your basic need when asked what would make you cry if you had to be without it. Make it hard to breathe when you think about it. You feel you're suffocating when you're not filling your need. Okay, so if you ever get in that point, think back to what your basic need is and how you can have that met. Okay? Okay, so power and achievement. I'm going to describe each one of these really quick. They are empowered by an ambitious heart. Achievement is an urgent calling. They're highly competitive spirit. They strive to be #1 and to break records. They value relationships that challenge them, and they have clarity through the process. It clears their path through determination. They take the lead without thinking, and they're not weighed down by incidentals. One
Laura,
thing
can I help? Can I just jump in? Because as people are listening to this, Stacy trained on this once, and it helped me figure out, because I was super confused. Because you'll hear this, you'll be like, maybe that's me, and then you'll hear the next one, you'll be like, maybe that's me, and you might get confused. I had a crisis moment where I was confused. So think about how you were as a child, because it is God-given. It was like, it's ingrained in who you are. So think about like, if you were that little kid that had to win all the time, like then you are probably power and achievement. So just think about when you were a kid. Like process this as if you were thinking about what you were like as a child.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to do with your success.
Correct.
In Mary Kay or in life. Most people think that high achievers are power and achievement, but like Lisa Madsen, Daisha Wiegand, they are not power and achievement people. They found safety and security and stability in their Mary Kay because they could win and make money, and that made them feel safe and secure, but their need was safety and security. So power and achievement, Gloria Mayfield Banks, power and achievement. She likes to be #1, break records, and all that. So if you'd like to be a record breaker, call the company, call your director and find out what record you could break. Okay, love and connecting or love and belonging. Mary Kay herself was love and connecting and love and belonging, and they are empowered by moving others' hearts and actions. They're dedicated to the interest of how others think, respond, or operate. They desire to be immersed in the middle of great heartfelt communication. They love to influence others, to shift, change, move, excel. They're physically affectionate, and they easily demonstrate love. They require physical touch and comfort others by physical connection. They value relationships that stimulate their head, their heart, and their soul. Progress is made through elevating others' beliefs and understanding, and they make friends easily. Okay, that's a loving, connecting person. And they're energized by the ability to influence. Okay? Freedom and choice. They are empowered by an open agenda. They do not respond favorably to rigid rules or strict conformity. They love to soar in a positive direction. They have an innate desire to create their own way. They easily stray from the planned venue. They desire control of their decisions, their direction, and their schedule. They value mature relationships that don't require constant attention, and they love to express through their actions and agenda. And if I'm not mistaken, Stacy James is freedom and choice.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so Lisa Madsen is safety and security. They are empowered by a stable environment. I guess when they were on the top director's trip or somewhere and 9/11 happened, Lisa was freaking out. She's like, are we still gonna get paid? Like, okay. empowered by a stable environment. They are not innately impulsive. They need to think things through. They value trust and stability in relationships. They're motivated by the ability to control and create their own future. They feel better to save it than to spend it. They seek peace, and they're energized by a savings account. That's safety and security. Is that you? Okay, awesome. All right, so fun and pleasure. They are empowered by a party. They're motivated by the ability to have fun, conversation, laughter on a daily basis. They need to find fun things. They have to find the fun and get to the parties. They do not respond favorably to serious, dull boardroom conversations. They're drawn to music. Music just gets them going. They're inspired by the opportunity to experience the uncommon, new venues, new atmospheres. Vacations and new destinations are an expression of her. Where are you going, Kim Hallie, in February?
Disney World.
Taking a Disney cruise with the family. Is that not cool? She's a fun and pleasure girl, and she's energized by laughter. Okay. So, did everybody find? You're probably going to have all of these mean something in all of them, but there's one that you just like. I gotta have that. So make sure that you put this somewhere so you know what you are, and if you're feeling like not loving your business, you're probably not getting your needs met. All right, well, thank you so much. I get to bring up the awesome chart of the list.